Hey everybody, welcome back to the Making Hope Happen series. My name is Lori Mage and this is day 53. If you've been following along the last several weeks, we've been talking about a whole bunch of different ideas, tools, and tips to help us increase our ability to navigate change, master our transitions, and make our dreams come true. And throughout that journey, we have referred to 3 specific models over and over again. We've talked about the 3-part hero's journey, we've talked about Bridges' transitions of change model, and also the science of hope. What's awesome about these particular models is that they can be useful for us regardless of whether the change is something that we've chosen for ourselves or it's something that's been thrust upon us. For example, if you've joined the Optimized Coach 300-day program, these models can help you visualize your progress and see where you're at in your journey. If you've decided to start your own business, lose weight. If you're a new parent, if you've got a new job. And what about COVID? Lots of things have happened because of COVID. And again, these models can help us navigate our changes with a little more clarity and confidence. All of these things require change. They require us to go through a transition. They require us to try different pathways to close the gap between where we are and where we need to be or where we want to be. And in order for us to navigate any one of these changes, we're going to have to develop new skills, new ways of seeing, doing, thinking, being, relating, and responding and reacting to life. And developing new skills isn't easy. Just think about how long it takes a baby to learn how to walk. Think about why you've maybe resisted learning a new language. It's hard, right? One of the things that can really help us is understanding the 4 stages of competence that we go through to develop any particular skill or to gain any amount of knowledge. The 4 stages of competence have really helped me feel more confident in my journey, more courageous, more committed, and have more compassion for myself as I make mistakes along the way and I struggle to learn new skills, and also have compassion for others when they're in the process of change as well. So what are the 4 stages of competence? The first stage is unconscious incompetence. Essentially, you don't know what you don't know. For example, you didn't know that maybe you lack some technology skills until COVID happened and you were forced to work from home. All of a sudden you realized, wow, there's a lot of things I don't know about technology that I'm now being asked to use. Which moves you into the next stage is conscious incompetence. Here we are definitely aware that we're not good at something. Now sometimes this can be really, really painful awareness, like when COVID happened and so many of us were basically handed our PC towers and sent home, and for the first time ever you're required to set up your own technology for work. Or what about that first webinar you were on and you couldn't figure out how to get your microphone to work? This can be a painful experience. You become consciously aware that you are incompetent at this particular skill. Sometimes you aren't in pain though. Sometimes you're aware of like, hey, I'm not good at tech and I fully accepted that and I don't really care. So it may not bother you that much. It just depends on the situation that you're in. Conscious incompetence oftentimes though is painful. And the only reason that people will actually want to gain competence is if they feel that pain. That's when we're going to start to take action to close the gap between our current skill level and the skill level that it needs to be at. So pain is actually a good thing. Conscious competence. Here you are able to perform the skill, but it still takes a ton of effort from you, a lot of focus and a lot of energy to be able to perform it proficiently. So maybe at this point you're able to kind of be your own tech person now that you're working from home and you're able to get that microphone to work when it doesn't show up from time to time, but it still takes a lot of energy to be able to do that. And the final stage is unconscious competence. And here you're able to perform the skill proficiently and automatically. So you no longer have to like put the energy into getting that microphone ready for the webinar. You just naturally do it. It comes easy for you. You've done it enough times that you just know what to do instinctively when it's not working correctly. A couple things to point out here. This spot right here, when we're moving from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence, can often feel painful. This is where we're going to want to defend and deflect and like, it's not my fault. We don't want to admit when we're not good at something. It can be very, very painful experience. But that pain is good because we need to experience that pain in order to put in the effort that is required to actually develop the skill. Because it's going to take conscious effort for us to increase our skills, to increase our competence. It's going to take tremendous amount of effort. And what's interesting right here too to think about, we're basically in the river of change. We are in the belly of the whale. We are putting a lot of energy and focus into developing our particular skill sets. And one of the things that can happen here that's really important to point out is that as you're putting all of this energy and focus into developing this skill, this competence, oftentimes our performance in other areas will drop because so much attention and energy is going into this new skill to develop this new knowledge, to develop these new habits and these ways of being and thinking and relating, that the ball can drop in other areas. This is one of the benefits of being aware of these 4 stages of competence, because you can give yourself grace here and you can give others grace and compassion as they're developing new skills. People are doing the best they can. They're trying. Nobody's trying to screw up at work or at home. And as we're developing these skills, we're going to make mistakes and we're going to feel lousy. And so it can be very, very challenging. So to have support from ourselves, to talk kindly to ourselves, and the support of others through this transition is going to be crucial. And through time, through consistency, putting in the reps day after day after day, you finally hit a tipping point. And that's where the unconscious competent comes in, and you're just starting to do these behaviors naturally. You automatically, it's just who you are. You've developed that skill set, you've developed that self-image that you're the kind of person that can do this thing regularly. Just think about the Optimized Coach program. Your unconscious incompetence as you enter into the program. You immediately become aware of the things that you're not good at. Optimized protocols, the fundamentals, masterpiece days, all of those things are going to take conscious effort to develop over the course of time. That's why the program is 300 days. Give yourself grace and know that your performance in other areas may dip as you develop these new habits, these new skills across the next 300 days and beyond. Because as we know, when it comes to being an optimized coach, we're never exonerated. It goes on forever and ever and ever. That's the awesome, fun challenge of being a professional optimizer. And when you think about becoming a new parent, like just you're unaware of the skills that are required really to do that. And then you become consciously incompetent, like the baby's crying and I don't know why. What do I do? You'll start to better understand and read the signs of your child to be able to serve them and fulfill their needs and help them. You'll know the difference between crying when they're hungry, crying when they're hurt, and crying when they need a diaper changed. You'll develop that over time. That, my friends, is the 4 stages of competence model. As a reminder, everything is hard before it gets easy. It's my hope that the 4 competence models helps you and supports you as you navigate your changes, master your transitions, and make your dreams come true. I hope the model helps you feel more confident, more courageous, committed, and compassionate with yourself and others as you develop the skills you need to be successful and make your dreams come true. That's it for day 53 in the Making Hope Happen series. If you got value today, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, share this video with others that you think might resonate with these ideas. It's my hope that these videos inspire and support you in navigating your changes, mastering your transitions, and making your dreams come true. Have an awesome night, and I will see you tomorrow.